But high number one is the Chiefs skunking the Raiders 31-0. Rashee Rice is back, and the Chiefs wanted you to know it. Wow, he was heavily targeted today. Yes, he had the 2 touchdowns. Even if he only had 42 receiving yards, he ran 16 routes, had 10 targets, 7 catches, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns, a bunch of stuff in the red zone. They were trying over and over again to get him the ball. What do you think about this Chiefs performance today? And I know the Raiders end was not very good, but we'll get into that, I'm sure.
Yeah. The Chiefs, man, it was awesome to see them like kind of get back to like the high octane offense that we know that they're capable of because they have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, and if you just give them just enough pieces, you can score a whole lot of points. And it just looked it looked easy, like especially once they got to the red zone today. It seemed like they had a nice plan, especially for Rashee Rice and the plays that the plays were designed for him, like you said. And then just the overall efficiency of the offense, man, they it really took it to Las Vegas today. It was not a pretty affair for the Raiders on their side of the ball, but for the Chiefs, man, like this is what you want to see if you're like thinking about them as a Super Bowl contender, which you absolutely should be. Just taking care of business against a really crappy divisional opponent, and then it was just kind of cool to see after. I mean, it's been a long time since Rashee Rice has played football, because he had the ACL, then the suspension. So we're talking about since early last year, since he suited up for the Chiefs, and it looked like he never missed any time, and he was absolutely cooking them. So they are about to be a scary team the rest of the way.
Yes, they look fast again. Like they look just, you said explosive, but yeah, I mean, just everybody getting going. The run game's been just steady, but now you're actually seeing it pop. But now all these yak stuff, all the underneath stuff, it's like, oh yeah, other guys were getting going on that. Rashard Smith, Xavier Worthy had some moments with it, but then it's like Rashee Rice is that like with some steroids because he is so good with the ball in his hands. Like it's I wouldn't say a breath of fresh air, but it's just fun to watch because he picks up yards, like eats up yards with the ball in his hands. As soon as he catches the ball, he's one of the best players with the ball in his hands in the NFL. I will easily say that. And on top of that, you get the back shoulder fade stuff, which is how he played at SMU. So that's what's so funny about him as an NFL player. Just more to him, I think, as a playmaker. And yeah, I mean, they just they just kept peppering him with everything underneath, and you feel weaponized. And that's on top of now you got Tyquan Smith going down the field. You got Juju Smith-Schuster being around the ball, catching his first downs. You got the Travis Kelce play sprinkled in. And so now you're getting that ball spread out, but now you truly feel like you have that number one and all the guys are slotting in. And wouldn't you know it, Patrick Mahomes, 3rd in EPA per play among quarterbacks, 5th in success rate, MVP candidacy, boom, 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 drums beating. And I think the Chiefs, man, I feel as good about the Chiefs as I do as any team in the NFL. Like easy top 5 if you did a power rankings right now. We've talked about it. How'd you think of their defense play today too? I know that the offense is super encouraging, but what do you think of defense and what they did? Actually, before I even kick it to you, should I list off some stats today from the Chiefs and Raiders differences?
Please do, because the Raiders, they barely played football today. I don't know what the hell that was.
They literally barely played football today. 30 offensive plays today. The fewest since at least 2002, and I think it's the second fewest ever if you go past that. There's some Browns expansion year 1999, I think, where they had 28 plays, which is not exactly what you want to be compared to. The Chargers today had a drive with 21 plays, to put that in perspective. But it was 434 net yards for the Chiefs, 95 for the Raiders. We had, obviously they went 0 for 7 on 3rd down. They had 3 total first downs, and I think 1 or 2 of those was by penalty. They had a 13% success rate, 3.3 yards per play. They only got sacked once, so at least they got that going for them. Only had 1 turnover. It was bad. It was really, really bad. So, yeah, Chiefs defensive praise and also Raiders. What was that?
Yeah, I was trying to watch this game, in the quad box. So I was having one of those mornings where I couldn't decide like which game to keep in the quad box because none of them were compelling like at the same time. And then every time I looked at the Kansas City game, they had the ball, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And then at one point, I looked at the Yeah, at one point I looked at the box score and it said the Raiders had 20, or the Chiefs had 29 first downs to 2 for the Raiders. I was like, oh my goodness, this is really, really got out of hand. So I'm fascinated to see what the Raiders decide to do after the season, because I think there's a pretty easy case you should just destroy all of this and start over completely fresh with something else, because this is not. There's nothing to build from here. Like you guys don't do anything. This is terrible.
It is. It's the running plays to Ashton Genty are sad. Geno looks
Yeah.
sad. There was one play where Rashee Rice caught a first down and he runs over to the, he gets pushed off to the bench, and there's Geno by himself with his head down, and Rashee Rice is offering words of encouragement to Geno Smith as he's in the middle of a play. And I swear to God, I'm not making that up. It was, but that's how it felt. It's like, good vibes, Chiefs. Look at all these points. Look at all these good plays. Everybody gets the ball. And then the Raiders, it was just like anytime they had the ball. If I was with you, they were bottom left. I could tell you the exact quadrant they had on my multi-view. And literally every time I looked up, I'm like, oh, Chiefs have the ball. And I usually have like a tab open on my laptop and I can go back and maybe see what the plays were. And I was like, yeah, it was just another 3 and out for the Raiders. That's why they got the ball back so quickly. The Chiefs kneeled the ball outside the 2-minute warning at the end of the game. I haven't seen that in years. Because usually they'll be like, oh, put the backups in, let them run some plays. Because there's the traditional NFL way is only the starters are able to take a knee. That's like kind of they're the ones that earn the right to take the knee. The backups, you have to run plays. So the fact that they're taking a knee, and the Raiders had 3 timeouts, and they were just like, let's get us out of this game. That's kind of all you needed to know about how this game ended up.
The Raiders, they failed to get a first down on 70% of their drives today. So, yeah, it's not very good.
No, not very good. Not very good. Yeah, but Chiefs feeling very, very good. I would say this is kind of what you want to see. They look like they're rounding into form. Play the Commanders next Monday. Should be a very, very good game. Then they got the Bills, Broncos, Colts, Cowboys, Texans. So get ready for a lot of Chiefs talk right now and a lot of relevant games on our preview shows, which we'll be talking about a lot of the Chiefs. And that's the thing. We always have to find something new to talk about them. So get ready for like third down run defense, special teams kick return units, because that's what the Chiefs is like, because you have to find new aspects of them. But they are good right now. All right, let's get on to high number 2, featuring a battle between second-year quarterbacks, Bears, Saints. Yeah, man. Bears win this game 26-14, and that Bears run game, we put it as roars to life, and they did. After putting up the best rushing success rate that a Bears offense has had in a game since 2013 last week against Washington, they put up the 7th best today. I think it was 53%. And that not including against the Cowboys in week 3, that was their 5th best since 2013. So 7 of their best rushing performances in terms of success rate out of 200 plus games in the last decade plus have come this season. So I think that Ben Johnson run game is really getting going. What are you thinking about the 4-2 Bears right now?
I thought that the run game kind of taking over was awesome to see, especially once you're you're even getting your backup in there with 13 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift had, one of the best games I've seen him play, just in terms of
2 in a row,
being able to find the hole. Yeah, he's been pretty good lately. So I think that this is encouraging, right? Because we've wanted to see what this offense looks like when the run game starts to take off. And I think that it was important to see what the run game can do when the drop back game they were okay. I thought they were a little inconsistent. We've seen them have better games this season throwing the ball, but you're able to run the ball so well that it was okay. You were able to complement it. And that's like why you kind of hire Ben Johnson, because I think reasonable people know that this is going to be a process with Caleb Williams, and to get him where he needs to be, it's still going to be some games where maybe it doesn't click all the way, and you should still be trying to win those games, and you need to be able to run the ball and do that, and they did that today. So Caleb got more help from his running game than Spencer Rattler got from his, for sure, in this one. And man, just a sloppy game from the Saints, man. Just not where you want to see them if you're a fan of that team. And 4 turnovers, and they just kept gifting the Bears good field position in that towards the end of the game.
I know the Saints they finally got to see some of the parts you wanted to see. The deep ball for Spencer Rattler, some explosive plays, Olave getting really rolling after being in some trade rumors, and then it was just turnovers. Yeah, that's the thing. It was the flip for the Bears. The Bears passing game had actually been one of the most consistent parts of this team for the first chunk of the season, and now it's the run game and the defense stepping up post bye week, which is good. This is a good thing because I have already seen what this offense perform in explosive ways and successful ways, efficient ways, I should say. So, I mean, this is kind of what you want to feel like. I know it's not going to be perfect. Like Drew Dahlman had like multiple snap issues in the red zone.
Yeah,
like
that was not good.
It's weird. He's such a weird player. Sometimes he did that in Atlanta too all the time. Like, I still remember playing in London where he pulled the wrong way. But no, it's still good. Like you said, like they're figuring out what their way is. The Bears have kind of figured out, okay, we're a zone running team. All right, what are the change-ups off of that? And you see them throughout the game. They set up the zone, and it's like a pitcher setting up a pitch. And then as the game goes along, here comes the change-up, which for them is like a wind back play. They got into more. They pulled some guys a lot more today. I thought Colson Loveland was a real highlight today as a blocker. And also shout out to their left tackle, Theo Benedict, because that's a game changer for them. That an undrafted free agent, his second year, another Canadian left tackle in the NFC North. I'm going to say that again, but he's played well. I was watching the game back, and he never stood out in a negative way, pass protection wise. So the fact that that's happening on the blind side, Tooney's playing well at left guard, and so I mean that's why the offense just feels more cohesive because those run lanes are really popping. Swift is planting his foot and getting north. He still has yet to make a safety miss. But at least he's getting to the safety. Like he's still, in the past, he'd be winding to the sideline or running into three guys. Yeah. So, maybe Eric Bieniemy, I think is the running back coach there. I saw him today. That was a reminder of that. Maybe he's kind of pounding it into him. Maybe he's finally getting to Swift to trust what he's seeing. So I don't know. Kyle Monunga's got, like you mentioned, the backup running back. Roshan Johnson got a couple carries in there. So I think kind of good to see the auxiliary pieces kind of stepping up for the Bears.
Yeah, they're just they're close, man. They're close to being able to put together like one of those games where they just kind of burn it down. Because like in the first half, I mean, even both offenses, I think the Bears had like a 35% success rate in the first half, and then the second half they had like 55% and around 70% dropback success rate. So it's just still the rookie head coach, young team. They're still trying to figure out, how everything works together. They add a whole lot of new pieces. And I mean, it's just going to take time, but the fact that you can still get glimpses like this where things are working and they're playing good complementary football and offense, that's encouraging. That's encouraging because ultimately we want eventually the Bears to have a watchable offense. Y'all are on TV too much not to have, on national TV too much not to have a good offense. So I really hope this works.
I agree. It's just like where it's not like we're just clowning you all the time and going, what was that? Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. It's encouraging. They got the Ravens next week, and then they got some nice matchups. Ravens, Bengals.
Yeah.
Giants, you can run on a little bit. Vikings, you can run on a little bit. Steelers, you can run on a little bit. Eagles, you can run on a little bit. So it's good that this is not only just consistent. It's not just a couple flash plays. Like it's actual consistency in the offense. So it's good that I've seen games now where the passing game's been stretches consistent. The run game's been consistent. I think Kyler Gordon come back for this defense has been huge. He had a really nice game. And when you see TJ Edwards out there, he really stabilizes a lot too at the the second level, I should say, at linebacker. So it's good. I don't think this defense can rise to maybe what we thought preseason, but if just being decent, and that's what they should be. Just hold up and maybe create a couple of these turnovers. Dennis Allen was really throwing some junk on 3rd and 4th down, which of course he can always do. So it's rounding into form. This has been my Bears kind of take on them for this entire preseason, offseason was like post-bye. They're going to get a little bump. It was just the fact that they had such an early bye. I was like, all right, maybe won't be as drastic, I was thinking, but this is good. This is very, very good. Yeah. We got Caleb showing encouragement. Caleb can turn his back and do play action. He's making consistent decisions. Couple sprays like that. The interception he left inside just a little bit. I thought his timing on it was really good, which is again, there's a couple moments where he's just getting the ball out and trusting it. Like it's not perfect, but he's like, hey, I remember in practice that against this look, this was open. So I just got to throw it. And he got rewarded with that a couple times. So again, there's trust in what's going on in the process right now.
Yeah, it's they're close, man. They're closer than I think people realize to really actually being a good offense.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. high number 3. Colts, Chargers. What was like kind of just back and forth, but even though the Colts controlled this game the entire moment or entire game, but the Chargers couldn't help but Chargers themselves, throughout the game. Several offensive linemen getting hurt throughout the game. Long returns allowed. Got a tip ball interception to Grover Stewart, who's playing fantastic this year. Don't get me wrong, but tip ball interception to Grover Stewart. I just got to say that. But the Colts are a wagon. I mean, where are you with the Colts right now? How many teams do you even think are better than the Colts right now?
I would take Kansas City just because I am a sheep.
I think it's fair.
And then after that, I don't know. I still kind of struggle with the NFC because it just kind of seems like the top is maybe a little bit jumbled. Doesn't seem really anyone's running away with that. But just when you're looking at the Colts' offensive efficiency, I just don't know really how you could really have them any lower than 2 right now because nothing that. Because even if you're going to keep being a cynic or a skeptic at this point, you're just pointing at the defenses and saying, oh, this isn't the toughest slate of defenses. Hey, this is 7 weeks of just 7 weeks. I mean, that's basically at the midpoint of the season, and they're still scoring a touchdown on almost every drive that they go out there. So it's impossible to say that it's a fluke at this point. I mean, shoot, even last week when we were doing the preview show, this is kind of what I thought would happen. They would just be able to lean on them, and it would get out of control, and they wouldn't really have enough time at the end to come back. Even if you just look at the first half, the Colts had a 64% rushing success rate in the first half. Chargers 0.0% rushing success rate in the first half. So yeah, just another game where the Chargers, they didn't have enough. The Colts were way too overwhelming and they couldn't keep up. And it's not a fluke. Like, they're just a really good team and they should be considered a contender, I guess. If they're going to keep playing like this.
I think they can rush the passer enough. The corners are the weak spot, but Lou Anarumo does a good job. As long as he's got some smart safeties, he can do some stuff and disguise it and really just have a good game plan. And if you have an offense that can get hot like this, not get hot, just be hot, just be dominant, actually. And it's kind of cool. Like, even in the preview show, I was like, oh, the Chargers are good against the slot. Not sure if Downs is playing, but, they're iffy on outside passes. And then sure enough, there's Alec Pierce, getting a couple deep balls. Like the one, he had a 3rd and 16 catch, dunking on guys, a 3rd and 17. And on that was really cool. And you could see the confidence this Colts offense has, which I'm not comparing it 1-to-1, but there's some similarities to like 2017, 2018 Chiefs. So Alex Smith's last year and then Mahomes' first year starting, and where they would just go all these 3rd and longs rather than just check it down, hope for some yak, screen. They're getting into empty and just chucking it. And I think that's confidence in your offense going like, hey, we can actually complete these. Not just a one-off shot, but actually do it every single time. I think that's just how they're playing right now. Like Steichen he's feeling himself right now. And I mean that in a good way because I think the play calls are great. I think he's got a great flow of the game. I think he's calling games confidently. I think their staple stuff's really good. Like the split zone touchdown of Jonathan Taylor. They run that every single week for big plays every single week. And then you got the design plays. You got the jet sweep to Jonathan Taylor for a touchdown. But like you said, the preview show, it was like, all right, the Chargers are 23rd in rushing success rate in early down runs entering today. Colts are 1st in early down success rate, just any down success rate, 50% on rushing success rate. So it was like, well, the Colts have a natural answer here. The Alec Pierce stuff on the outside, natural answer here. They can beat you in so many different ways. Daniel Jones is playing really well and not making any mistakes. Like he's just not doing what he did in New York. Like he's not fading out of the pocket. He's just getting rid of the ball. And the term is put the ball in play. And when the stuff's so well designed like this, and also like these players are just making good plays, it's like, all right, just get the ball in play and just let them do stuff. And that's exactly what's going on with this Colts offense.
Yeah, on 1st and 2nd down today, because I was looking at but watching the game. This Colts offensive line, man, they are mowing people down right now.
Yeah.
So if you just look at the Colts runs from 1st and 2nd down, when they're trying to establish it and get into what they want to do, they average 4.7 yards before contact on 1st and 2nd down today on the running plays.
God.
Like, Get out the
half a first
way.
down.
Right. Before someone puts a hand on you.
And it's Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
The
Yeah.
one
Shot
that's
out of
getting
the cannon.
that runway. Yeah. Yeah. His first touchdown, that's exactly what it looked like, because there's the first guy to get him was the safety, and the safety was Jonathan Taylor's so fast that the safety was just like, oh shoot, like he just took such a bad angle, and they're on touchdown. Man, it's great shout out. Their offensive line's playing really well. I think it's Tony Sperano Jr. is their O-line coach. So I got to give him a shout out, because it's been all season. And like they moved on from some guys, and the young guys, or the guys that are now playing for them, are playing well. Quentin Nelson's playing some of the best ball of his career. I mean, they're a machine right now. Absolute machine. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Colts are at worst too. And I mean, for sure, in just the AFC. And I think maybe in the NFL, it's like those two, because the NFC is just tough. I do really think the Rams are really, really good as well. Rams are probably the other one up there. And then we'll see kind of how these other games play out. I got to marinate it on right now, but those are teams that come to mind for me. But Rams did beat the Colts, actually. But no, I do think that this Colts team is just, it's not fake. We keep saying it week in, week out. It's one of my favorite kind of offenses to watch every single week. One different guy gets going. Tyler Warren's getting going every single week. His touchdown was a great design. And another play that was confidence from Daniel Jones, because that wasn't like the perfect look for that play, but he knew exactly what he was getting. He gets the ball out, boom, touchdown. He gets rewarded with a touchdown because of the design and fooling what the Chargers wanted to get to. So, man, they're rolling right now. I just feel as good about them as about anybody.